Oh, I'm shy. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I'm finally doing it. This is the video where I give you a formal introduction to the business and the channel. So I'm going to start off with my spiel, my pitch that I give to people when I'm out about networking and trying to get sales. And then I'll give a bit of a background on myself, my experience, what qualifies me to start such a business. And then I'll talk about the kinds of videos that you can expect on this channel. So this is there's actually all three types now once this is up, but I'll explain them in a bit more detail and just give an insight into some of my marketing strategies coming up. So yeah, here's the pitch. I got to look at my notes for this one. I'm not quite there yet. I'm professional though. Okay, so AKOKO Creative Studio is a virtual design service that helps three key groups of people. So if you are a homeowner, mover, or renter, and you, you know what? I'm going to keep that in. But let's start the pitch again. AKOKO Creative Studio is a virtual interior design service that helps three key groups of people. Group number one are homeowners, movers, and renters. And why do I keep saying and? Okay, third time's a charm. Who want? It's literally there. This is why you don't have scripts. But anyways. AKOKO Creative Studio is a virtual interior design service which offers services that help three key groups of people. Group number one are homeowners, movers, and renters who want to craft their space and curate their vision. And our packages include layout plans, 3D views, curated shopping suggestions, and even 3D printed models of your space. And group number two are landlords and Airbnb hosts who need staging solutions or repeatable templates to make their properties stand out. And group number three are property developers who are seeking bespoke design services and anywhere from feasibility studies all the way up to drawings for planning applications. And we're also building a database of tradespeople to recommend to clients. So yeah, that is AKOKO Creative Studio. I may or may not put some graphics of the kinds of design you can expect from AKOKO. But that's what the business is. It's taken a while to get to that point. Clearly, I'm still refining the spiel. But the visuals kind of do a lot of the talking whenever I'm out marketing. But that is what AKOKO is. It's an interior design service, essentially, which also offers architectural services alongside that. So, in terms of my background, so at the moment, I am an architectural assistant. I studied architecture undergrad. Which feels like an age ago now. I graduated in 2018. And then to qualify for to become a qualified architect is quite a long process, which I might talk about in another video. So if that's something you want to see, let me know. But skipping over all of that, essentially, I decided instead of going back to do my master's, which would be 2 years full-time out of work, I decided to do a degree apprenticeship. So I am at the tail end of my degree apprenticeship. I've had about 4 years experience working in architectural practice and specifically in housing. I've kind of become somewhat of an expert in residential housing and spaces, and I really enjoy housing. So I decided that I'd want to kind of stay in that lane. But equally, I wanted to move. So a lot of the projects that I do at my company that I work for are very large scale regeneration. So we do a lot of community consultations where we talk to like local authorities and councils because they're kind of running their projects that they want in their area for new housing. But it's very large scale and you can feel a bit removed from the client, I guess. Obviously our client is whoever is building the project, but the ultimate client is whoever's going to live there, you know. So there's a little bit of removal from that. And I'm currently on a construction stage of my current project, and because I had a little bit more insight into, you know, more interior packages as opposed to here's the grand building, I just kind of grew an affinity for that. And I like the idea of having projects that are have a much quicker turnaround. So architecture projects take years to finish, but interior design projects are a lot quicker. You can meet a lot more people, work directly, and yeah, just do a lot of cool stuff. So I decided about September last year, September 2024, to start this business as a side hustle, I guess, but evolve it into an actual business, because I've kind of been doing odd bits and pieces of design for people here and there, who just asked me because they knew that I work in design, but I wanted to make it like a formal thing, and I want to really establish AKOKO. So on AKOKO, the name AKOKO is Yoruba for woodpecker, and I just liked the concept of a woodpecker where it's like crafting, it's like diligently working to something, and it finishes with like a cool result. It's kind of like building but not really building, it's crafting, you know. And Woodpecker Studio was already taken, so I had to get creative. But I like AKOKO, and yeah, that's where we are now. So in terms of the channel, what you can expect from this channel is essentially my evolution going from nothing, I don't own a business, to this is AKOKO Creative Studio. And there's going to be 3 types of videos. So one of the videos, if you've been following this channel, you would have seen already. It's just a raw, unedited, me in the moment doing things. They can be a bit rambly. They can be a bit up and down and here and there, because there is no script. I'm just recording myself in the moment of doing something. It could be a sit down and talking, but it's not scripted. And I just think it's important to have those kinds of videos, because whenever I looked at a lot of business videos, you know, online on YouTube, and it's really helpful having all the information out there, but it's presented very cleanly, and in reality it's not always clean. So for example, registering as a sole trader, if you go online and you search on YouTube how to register as a sole trader, there are very clear videos that say this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. In reality, HMRC sometimes need a little bit of help. Sometimes it's not that straightforward. So I just think it's important to have those kind of raw, this is what it actually looked like videos, and then give you all the tips and tricks or whatever. So that's the plan. These videos will be a lot more scripted. So whatever I've touched on in those videos, I will clarify in more detail and have a proper title. So I might have a video for how to set up as a sole trader in the UK, for example, or how to register a trademark, those kinds of videos, or how I registered my trademark. So yeah, that's the second type of video. And the third type of video, which you probably also would have seen, are shorts. So I already have an Instagram page, and a lot of that is just straight marketing, just trying to get clients. That's really my goal for this year, is to try and get clients. And so shorts are going to be just extracts of some of those shorter videos and reels that I've created. And there will be a mixture of pure marketing, like this is what our service is, but also sometimes some gems. So tips and tricks for designing your space like this, or tips and tricks for designing your space like this. So yeah, that's kind of the 3 videos that are going to be coming up. I have recorded a lot of the raw ones already, so I've just been recording as I'm in my process. So potentially Instagram might be slightly ahead of YouTube, because it just depends. But yeah, essentially the channel is to show my process and hopefully becoming successful by the end of 2025. The goal for this year, 2025, is to just drive clients and get business, you know, rolling turnover. So the videos that I've got coming up in terms of scripted videos will be sole trader and registering trademarks, registering for that in the process. Also, there was something else.
One eternity later.
Also like finance, so like business finance, especially because this is a bootstrap business, which means I am essentially funding the business. The startup costs are not grandiose, so I can afford it. And hopefully once I get some clients, it should be made back pretty quickly. But I think it will be really cool to see, you know, this is the beginning of 2025. This is where the business finance stands as it is. Technically it's in minus because we haven't made any money. But obviously I'm a sole trader, so it kind of links into my personal finance as well, which means I'm not actually like in debt as such. And the business is not actually separate from me in that sense too. So I'll have a video on that. And yeah, if there's anything else that you think would be interesting to know, feel free to drop a comment down, like, subscribe, all the shebang. I'm going to try and keep these videos quite concise and quick, so probably about 10 to 15 minutes, the scripted ones. But we'll see. I'm not shy for a long video either. So yeah, that's the goal for 2025. And in terms of marketing strategies, I'm going to quickly share some marketing gems that I want to do, and I'll keep you posted on how I get on with these. So one of the marketing strategies I have obviously is social media and YouTube, and just kind of giving more behind the scenes, raw, this is what it actually looks like to go from zero to hopefully something. But also I want to do a lot of in-person marketing. So reaching out to estate agents. So if you've ever closed on a house, you might have received like an estate agent's pack. So they just give you like congratulations, they'll put a bottle of wine in there, they'll say congrats on your new home, and they'll have a bunch of leaflets like IKEA vouchers and stuff for buying furniture. I think that would be such a good place to put AKOKO's design services, because as you've just moved, this is the perfect time where you might be looking for that kind of design service, especially if you're someone who might feel a bit overwhelmed, or, you know, maybe you know exactly what you want to do for your living room, but you've got 5 bedrooms and you only know what to do for 3 of them. So the good thing about AKOKO services is that because they are offered on a room by room basis, you can literally pick it up whenever you're ready. And it also helps with managing finances as well. And the aim is that it's to avoid having to hire that interior designer that costs grands and grands and grands. This is a more quick, tailored service, and it's accessible to all. So there's that. Also making use of the land registry data. So the land registry in the UK publishes sold properties. So I might look at that and just slip a little leaflet in there, just in case you might be looking for some services. The other thing is affiliates and store partnerships. So one of the upcoming videos, you'll see one of the raw footage. I need to come up with like series names for these, I guess, or like a playlist name. So if you have any ideas, put that down too. But one of them, I was walking around a couple of furniture stores to see if I could get in like affiliates, or because part of my service as AKOKO is recommending products, and if I can get my clients to purchase your products, then maybe we can kind of have some sort of partnership there as well. But that is a lot harder than it sounds. So yeah, but I think that's enough for one video. Hopefully it's clear what AKOKO does and what we aim to do. And yeah, follow Instagram, TikTok, the like this, share. We want to blow. See you soon.